The next one is Naruto.
what's here? So,
So
please
just
state
to
your
be clear,
positions,
Yo.
and I want both my interlocutors to have a good time.
yeah, this is not going to be a good time. It's taking a long debate. Basically, my position is that Hikara does not want to debate ChickenWing and these people because he does not
No,
like.
that's not the topic.
Yes, that is.
No,
That's
it's
the-
not. I'll literally send the screenshot and scan chat right now.
Of course, yeah, you can send it, but I think that but I think the screenshot you're going to send is probably
so
irrelevant.
yeah, well, just,
If you keep,
let's see.
I'm going to time you. By the way,
He's gonna time you. See, that's just a burden. We're joining victory, bro. Like,
that's not how that works. By the way, just to be clear.
right. Look at Scan's channel. Like, I was not even.
Hey man, just to be clear, this is not how that works, man.
I was not even of relevance in this discussion with Goji and Chikara. You know what I'm saying?
One of them.
Leave me out of this. I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, so
Well, you're right,
basically, that is irrelevant. That's
How is
irrelevant.
that irrelevant when that's literally what it started with?
Yeah, so no. So you made the assertion that he won't debate anyone at any time, right? I asked you why you believe this, right? And you gave the assertion that he wouldn't debate you. You believe that because he wouldn't debate you, Yakistar, or Simon when you were in DC.
Oh, I did ask him to debate earlier, but I don't want to debate him right now.
Yo, feel free to mute up, by the way.
Yeah, so
This is a
just
debate
to be
mode.
clear, your reasoning as to why Chikara didn't want to debate Rita was due to the fact that he doesn't fuck with him, but he didn't once mention that. He just said it's because of the Christmas breaks he doesn't want to debate.
Not at all what I said. Are you retarded?
Yes, it is. I can pull up the screenshot. Well, that's one of the reasons why he doesn't want to debate, which he didn't
Yeah. Hold on.
even mention once.
Hold on. Don't talk over me. Don't talk over me.
Yes,
Are you
sir.
gonna get? So yeah, you're just retarded, right? So
Mhm.
I will read it out loud for you. He could have debated Simon, me, or Hyaku Star last night when we proposed to debate him, but he wouldn't. And I responded to that because he didn't fuck with y'all. That is obviously, just clearly a response to that specific assertion.
Wait, so do you think that Wita and Chikara fuck with each other?
We told Chicago fuck with each other.
Also, why is
that's-
him saying I'm not debating people on Christmas break? Why is that not relevant to debating me, Simon, Haku Star, and me? Yeah.
Well, once again, that is the response. Well, first off, when do you believe that Christmas break starts? Do you believe it starts in the weekend before Monday or on Monday?
Mine
I mean,
started.
yeah, I think ours started differently.
Well, okay, yeah, but me and Shikara share the same Christmas break, obviously, and So obviously our Christmas break technically starts today, but would you say that starts started the weekend before because it's Monday?
I think it started Saturday.
Okay, why? Why do you believe that?
Well, I think that's just when my term ended in school because of the Christmas being the week after. So I just think it's unpractical.
You believe
I just
that
think it's. Hang on, let me finish, little boy. I just think it's impractical to go to work the same week on Christmas. So I think it's better to say how this Christmas break should end like started last week.
Hold on, you think it's the same? You think it's impractical to go to work on the same weekend?
Well, yeah, because like Christmas on the Thursday this week. Why would you just go to work? Plus, you got Boxing Day the day after. You also got Christmas Eve. Why would you just go to work Monday and Tuesday when this is the week of Christmas?
Wait, so you do realize Christmas break only applies to schools, right?
Can you repeat that?
That's retarded. You do realize Christmas break only applies to schools, right?
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Can you prove that it doesn't?
My dad, for example, he works and he's got the Christmas break.
So yeah, can you prove that?
I mean, I could just.
That laugh was from rhetorical.
Would you take Google to be a valuable source or not?
It depends. What do you mean by Google? Like, because Google has a variety of sources. So,
Or you gotta stop muffling? Like,
well, okay, it depends. What do you mean exactly?
yeah, you gotta stop muffling, bro. Like, fix your mic, please.
Hey! Don't talk over me.
Yes, sir.
And I'm also gonna mute you because your background noise is. So I'm gonna mute you for a second. So it depends. What do you mean by Google specifically? Do you mean like the AI Google uses? Do you mean the dozens of websites that Google uses? Like, what do you mean by that exactly? And I'm gonna mute you.
Yeah, we could just use Google AI, sure.
Okay, no, I think I need reasoning as to why Google AI is a reliable source.
Well, I just think it's very common knowledge. It's like saying, is Christianity a religion? And obviously Google AI is just going to say yes because it's just common knowledge.
I think common knowledge can be wrong.
I don't think Google AI is going to be wrong 99% of the time.
Oh, hold on. You want an argument as to why
Hmm?
common knowledge is reliable?
Yeah, because I just said this is common knowledge.
That's circular. You do realize that, right?
Okay, so do you think having a Christmas break is like something that's not a common occurrence?
Well, I think it's a common occurrence for children in schools, but I don't believe that it's common for adults at all.
It's common for what?
I don't believe that it's common for adults at all, but I believe it's common for children in school.
Wait, can you send me a source then that says how people still have to work during the week of Christmas?
That's bone shifting because I'm already asking you to provide a source.
You originally made the claim.
No, you originally made
Yeah.
the claim. If you were properly tracking, you made the claim that people have work off during Christmas break, and people get a Christmas break, or sorry, people get a Christmas break, and that's why they get work off, right? And now you're asking me the same thing, and now after I already asked you to prove that that would be the case, right? That's just gonna be a burden.
I mean, I'll just send you a source then. You're gonna be this weird.
Well, once again, you haven't really actually gave an argument as to why the specific source you're talking about would be reliable.
I mean, they've really gave a reputation to a Christmas break, having time off when you have a job from Google AI to be a. You never made a reputation to that.
I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm asking you to give an argument for why something like Google AI would be reliable. Can you give an argument why that would be the case?
Yeah, I'm literally telling you that it's common knowledge, bro. If I were to search up is Christianity a religion and it said no, then obviously maybe I'd agree that Google AI is heavily flawed. But it's not going to say that because that's common knowledge. The same way it's going to be applied to this retard. Like,
no, so we already went over this, dumbass. I said, can you give a justification for why common knowledge is reliable, and then you just said, oh, it's common knowledge, which is circular. So I'm asking you again, can you give another argument, or can you give...
It's not circular.
Hey, don't talk over me. Don't talk
It's
over
not
me.
circular, retard.
Don't talk over me, right? So I'm going to restate it again, retard. So can you give justification for why it's the case that common knowledge is reliable because you didn't give sufficient justification previously? You just restated the assertion, which is another question, dumbass. So can you give sufficient justification this time, or can you actually give a different argument? You understand?
All right, so you want me to justify as to why this is common knowledge?
That's not what I said. I want you to justify why common
Well, you
knowledge...
need to take your sock off your mic and maybe I can understand you a bit better.
Hey, I want you to explain why common knowledge is reliable.
I mean, why common knowledge is reliable.
Yes.
I think common knowledge is just things that are objectively true in the universe.
Okay, well, can you justify that? Because okay, well, here, hold on. Let me give you
Would you say it's common? Would you say it's common knowledge that humans need to eat food to survive?
Well, here, hold on. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna give an example here. So let's say dozens of let's say in like the 18 no what no. Let's say back in ancient Greece, right? So back in ancient Greece, when men used to use the bathroom, right? They had a little fucking what was it called? Like a sponge on a stick, right? And what they would do is they would take the sponge on a stick and share it between each other because at that time it was common knowledge that that was sanitary and that was clean. So, there was nothing wrong with that, right? But obviously, nowadays, we can tell, oh, this is retarded because, of all the germs on that stick, right?
Yeah.
So, can you give, so you do realize, like, using common knowledge, right? That's just retarded because we can be wrong with common knowledge because back in the day that we used to use that
No,
fake
no. That's your burden. You have to prove that the common knowledge I'm applying to is wrong.
Okay, well, hold on, so that's obviously the subtopic right now, so you're just asking me to you know um give another form of justification for the subtopic instead of actually responding to the justification I just gave.
Oh yeah, ancient Greece. Yeah, we're not living in those times, so.
Right, but you do see the point
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
making.
That's why. Yeah, I know, but that's why. I'm just appealing to our common knowledge that we know of the modern world. So.
Yeah, but I'm just saying our common knowledge could be wrong. Use an example from ancient Greece where common knowledge was
Yeah. Because we can use modern day science and as to why that's unhygienic or whatever, to prove why it's the case that what they did back in ancient Greece is bad. So you have to give me sufficient proof or empirical evidence as to why the common knowledge I'm appealing to in this debate is wrong.
Well, that's not the assertion I'm making. I'm asserting the possibility of it being wrong, right? And I'm giving an example
I have no reason to see how it could be wrong.
that it could be wrong. You said what?
I don't see any possible reason as to why it could be wrong.
Okay, why not?
Because there's just no evidence that suggests it. Like do you have evidence? I mean, you're making the statement that there's a possibility it could be wrong. So clearly you have some sort of evidence or justification
Hold
as
on.
to why that ought to be the case.
That would make it. Okay, hold on. Can you prove that there's no evidence that would make it to be the case that common knowledge, or at least the common knowledge that you're using, would be
No,
wrong?
I'm just appealing to my most convenient evidence and what I've seen myself. That's the whole point of debate. You're supposed to provide evidence that defeats my stance. I've obviously got the stance, and I've already got my own internal knowledge as to why
Right.
my stance is correct.
Right, but that's different. You're making an assertion that there's no evidence, right? That um, contradicts your claim, right? So I'm asking you to, prove it, right? So can you?
No. You're the one that said there was a possibility that it's wrong. So you obviously have some sort of evidence that backs that possibility. So you're gonna have to give that.
Hold on, sorry. Can you repeat yourself?
Yeah, I just said obviously you made the assertion that there's a possibility that my stance is wrong, so I'm gonna have that evidence or justification for it.
Right, yeah, I'm appealing to possibility here, right? I'm making an assertion about the possibility of the chance that, your claim is wrong, right? I'm not making the assertion that your claim is wrong, right? However, you are making the assertion that there is no evidence that contradicts your claim, so therefore your claim is true, right? So I'm asking you to prove it to be the case that there is no evidence.
How do I prove there's no evidence?
How do you prove that there's no evidence?
Yes, you're the one that has to come up with the evidence to destroy my stance. That's literally your job of this debate right now.
Wait, so hold on. Well, no. That would only be the case if it is my burden, right? If that burden is placed upon me, right? However, I never made that assertion, right? I'm only making the I'm claiming that there's only a possibility, right? I'm not actually asserting that your claim is wrong. However, you are asserting that your claim is true and that there's no evidence that contradicts your claim. So that's, why I'm asking you to prove that to be the case.
Yeah, yeah. Again, I just can't prove that there's no evidence that destroys my stance. Otherwise, I wouldn't have this stance to begin with.
Okay, why not? Why can't you prove that to be the case?
I just told you because I have
You don't
no
need
evidence that destroys my stance. Otherwise, I wouldn't hold this stance to begin with. Like,
No, okay, yeah, no. I'm asking you to prove that there's no evidence, right? That's
you
not.
can't prove that, bro.
Why can't you prove that?
It's like ask me, like if I were to ask you, can you prove if something doesn't exist? It just doesn't make sense.
I'm sorry, repeat yourself.
It's like me asking you to prove something that doesn't exist.
I think that's false equivalence.
How come? Yeah, how come?
Oh, how come?
Yeah,
Okay, hold on. So we can look up at the sky, right? And
sure.
see, that the sky is blue, right?
Yeah.
Now we can make the assertion that the sky is blue based off our observation, right?
Mhm.
So based off of our observations, right, we can make claims, right?
Yeah, because based off my observation, my stance is correct.
Now if
Because
we
you
look,
haven't presented any evidence that contradicts it.
so okay,
But if I had that evidence, I wouldn't have this stance to begin with.
so if we look past our observations, right, do you agree that there would be objective truth?
Uh, elaborate on that.
What do you mean elaborate on that? What do I need to elaborate on?
What do you mean by objective truths?
By objective truths?
Mhm.
Truths that are just true no matter what. Like, it's not dependent on our personal feelings, opinions, what we see, all of that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, if you agree that, there are these objective truths, then obviously the observations that we make could have the possibility of being wrong, right?
Wait, can you repeat that one more time, please?
Okay. If we agree that there are these objective truths,
Yeah.
then we can agree that sometimes the observations we make could be wrong, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, if that is the case, then the observation that you are making could be wrong, right?
Well, I mean, I haven't got any evidence that says otherwise, so that's your job to present it.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to repeat myself once again.
Mhm.
You are making an assertion from an observation. If we look past the observation, there could be an objective truth beyond it. However, if we only focus on that observation, then we could potentially never reach the objective truth.
Mhm.
So, do you agree that there's a chance that your observation could be wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So now, can you prove that your observation is correct?
Because I haven't got any other evidence that contradicts it.
Okay, no, you're actually so retarded. Okay, we're just gonna go to conclusions here on
No.
this point. No?
No. Can you give me evidence that my stance is wrong?
Yeah, I just explained how your stance could be wrong, and you're just straight up
Okay,
denying it.
okay, so can you show me how it could be wrong then? Because like we can't just go off.
I
Oh
just
well, your stance could be
explained it
wrong,
once
so let's just
again.
conclude the debate. Like that's just retarded.
Hey, buddy, I just explained it once again. So, we're just gonna go to conclusions here because you're obviously not tracking and not listening to my explanations like the dumb retard you are. So, come on, Mongoloid, let's go to conclusions.
All right, yeah, sure.
Okay, give your conclusion first.
Yeah, I think I won because obviously you stated how there was a possibility that my stance is wrong, which we can't, neither of us can go off because he's making the claim that it could be wrong, but not like actually is wrong. So like, what do you want me to do in that situation? There's really nothing either of us can do because you just make a retarded take.
Is that
So
your
upon that,
conclusion?
yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, so I believe I won because he never combated the possibility of his claim being wrong and never actually asserted or gave any justification as to why his claim would be correct, and just overall did not correct my argument. Plus, he agreed to the fact that there can be objective truths, and he is only making a truth based off observations. That's my conclusion.